By the topic, we're going to be talking about history of money. Eventually, we'll be moving on to the topics of daily trading, and we will be exploring further subtopics, techniques, and how we can really begin with as a beginner and move on to the certain next level. So join and learn with me. Before we start anything, it is important to understand the foundation of it, and the foundation of it starts from the history of money in this case, because after all, we will be exchanging and trading with money. Shout out to my bloggertricks.com. I sourced the picture from them, and I will be eventually explaining from this. I try my best to keep it fast and simple as possible so it's easier to understand. To begin with, it eventually started with barter system. What was the barter system? Barter system was two people exchanging two goods of any kind. So if person one had apple and the person two had let's say a cow, and the person one wants a cow, so they will just go up to each other that, here, take my cow and give me your fruits, and the exchange would happen. However, that did not really work out because it was not a medium of exchange. It did not store any value, and it wasn't a unit of value. So so they had to think of something better. So that's when gold was introduced. Some of these I won't be going over because you can read them online. I'm just going over the main ones. So that's when the gold was introduced. But the problem with gold was it could be debased. That means it would also be able to fluctuate based on the supply. So for example, when in the 1949s, when California had the gold rush, and it was also hard to transport, you couldn't really take the gold anywhere you wanted, and it was also limited supply. So due to that, the next thing was introduced, which was paper money. Now, with paper money, what it basically meant was it was a IOU. So what this IOU meant was, let's say a private shop, I'll say a shop, you keep your gold in this private shop over here, and they will give you a IOU. So they will state that you have this much gold. So anywhere you go, you could give this IOU, and the person will be like, okay, in this IOU, it states you have this certain amount of gold, and whatever the amount was for the goods, that would be taken, and that person who is the owner of where you got the goods, they will take this IOU to this shop and get the gold. And that was the next phase. But what eventually started happening was that nobody was really going to get the gold. Everyone was just circulating the IOU. So since nobody really redeemed their IOU, nobody went to collect the gold. So banks started to print more and more of paper money, because more and more people were just starting to use the IOU. That made sense, right? They needed more IOU instead of redeeming the gold. That eventually led to the problem of fractional reserve. So, where the bank deposit are backed and are available for withdrawal. This is done to expand the economy. So this was done so there was more expansion in the economy. So since there was not really deposits, this caused many of the banks to run out. So that's why the central bank jumped in. It backed up its, its banks, I would say, its branches that needed extra capital, and that issue was resolved. So eventually, this central bank's notes, it got valued better than the other bank notes. So the regulation for the for new banks to print back notes, and closed banks to remove the notes from the circulation. So this was eventually stopping. because the central banks were taking more and more control. So what happened was eventually, because the other banks had to be removed, so this left the central bank as the only bank in the country to be able to print that paper note. So it was becoming easier to handle. So what eventually happened after that was the gold standard was introduced. What did that mean? So that means that the paper bill that they were using, that were eventually for redeeming the gold, instead of the redemption of the gold, the paper, the dollar bill was backed up by gold. So that's where the gold standard began in. But however, the gold standard did not work as well because not enough gold to back up the amount of currency. So that meant they wanted to increase the money supply, but there was not enough gold that they could really back up with the dollar. So what happened was, after that, the fiat dollar came in place, and as well as the Bretton Woods system came in place. So what was the Bretton Woods system? This was where US was more powerful than the others. So that meant all the other countries were not really powerful and they did not really able to handle the exchange of gold standard. So since US already had more gold, what the other countries started doing, they all pegged and linked the US, their own currency to the US. Why? Because US was eventually backed up by gold, and US already had a lot more gold than the other countries. However, even that did not work. Why? Because US eventually started to run out of gold. So when US saw this problem that they do not have enough gold, so when the other countries claim they do not have, they cannot repay, they ended this. There was no more gold standard. Instead, there was a straight fiat paper dollar. So that is the history of money. Now, the fiat dollar really just moves up and down given on the economy, circumstances, and everything. And how the forex trading is done is when two of the currencies, which let's say when it goes, one is more powerful than the other, and you're exchanging your currencies, you're trying to gain from that exchange, is how our forex trading will be done. I hope this is simple. In case I am wrong anywhere, please comment down. This is a learning platform. This is not to bash anyone or not to demote anyone. We're all here to listen and we're all here to learn. So if I'm wrong in this video, comment down where I'm wrong, or if you have a clean or even clear explanation, you can write that down and I'll keep in mind the next time I am explaining. So thank you everyone.